When a loved one dies, especially if it's suddenly, we find ourselves inundated with a lot of decisions and details in a time where our mind is not very clear. So let's talk about how to prepare for the funeral. I've helped a lot of families prepare for their loved ones' funerals, and it breaks down into a few basic parts in terms of the funeral service, whether it's a memorial service, a celebration of life, a funeral. The basic parts are the same. So here's what they are, so that you can kind of get in the mind frame of preparing for those elements. The first one is usually some kind of reading of the obituary or a summary of the person's life. Oftentimes, a funeral home helps create the obituary, or a family member will write it. There's prayer times, which the minister will usually do, and a short message, which the minister will usually take care of. And then there are some elements where the family plugs in, such as scripture readings. What scripture verses or passages or quotes were really important to this person? Songs. It can be songs performed live or songs played through a speaker. What songs really embody this person's life or did they love? And then it can also be any key themes. Are there certain metaphors or themes or hobbies that run through the person's life that can kind of tie the whole service together? And then there are loved ones who give eulogies. We'll do a separate video on how to give a eulogy, but that really personalizes making the person's life and relationships come to life when loved ones stand up and share about the person's life. Those are the basic elements of the service. If you can find any of the person's last wishes, that might help put the service together. And it also helps us to think, when we die, do we have some of these suggestions and recommendations ready for our family and our last wishes to make that process easier for them?